My favorite thing is if you know Nick, and then you know that he has to scream new order when a new order comes in, and for the whole weekend he doesn't get to breathe because he just goes new order, new order, new order. Welcome to Life Unleashed,
the podcast all about creating the best life for you and your furry best friend.
If you're a dog mom on the go, juggling life, work, and the endless joys of being a dog parent, then you're in the right place. I'm Dani.
And I'm Nick.
And together with the incredible dog mom community from Tails Up Pup, we're here to share advice, stories, and the obsession we have over the love for our dogs.
Get ready to laugh, learn, and lean on each other because life with your dog just got even more awesome.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Can you believe Thanksgiving's already here?
Cannot believe it.
November flew by.
I am so thankful for you.
Aw,
and
that's tender.
If you are listening, we are also thankful for you guys.
Yes. Well, do you know what Thanksgiving means?
Turkey?
No, tomorrow is the biggest day of the year for us. Today's episode, we are talking all about Black Friday madness, how we prepare, and all the things.
And for us, as a small business, it's Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and we are an e-commerce business. So we got Cyber Monday as well.
Yeah, it's festivities for 4 days.
So if you're listening, you most likely are a buyer of things on Black Friday. So we wanted to kind of give our perspective on what it's like as the business side of Black Friday. Y'all probably hear us talk about this because some of our craziest and most exciting memories are from Black Friday. We have gone viral multiple times on Black Fridays, and it's a time that just people are shopping, and it's a time to get new people to try your products, or the people who already like your products to come back and buy again, give gifts for the holiday season. And we are a small handmade business, so we rarely ever do sales. So it's the biggest sale that we do of the year, and it's one of the few sales that we do the entire year. So if you are a Tails Up Pup customer, OG lover, and you want to get all the things on sale, then that is your time to shine.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I feel like Black Friday really is the time where we get the most like new customers that show up because maybe they've like seen us somewhere, but they haven't actually placed an order, and they're coming for those deals.
It is very hard to explain. I feel like the most similar feeling is a bittersweet feeling. It is so exciting, so fun, and so stressful at the same time.
It's so funny you say bittersweet because I was literally just thinking, I'm like, there are some of my like best core memories, but at the same time, some of the most stressful times.
It's never a bad memory. It's a stressful memory, for me at least.
Oh, definitely. But at the same time, there's so much excitement. It literally is the most exciting fun day of the whole year. The other 2 days that are super, super exciting are Christmas launch, fall launch, but nothing compares to like that rush of like Black Friday. And I think that's because it's not just one moment. It is that entire weekend that is just madness.
And then for us, it really comes like that Cyber Monday when we are in full swing, have so many orders to make and fulfill, and trying to keep up with the demand is super hard. So the biggest thing that we've learned is that having a handmade business and having a big blowout sale do not go together, but we still make it happen.
This is true.
It is very difficult. Our like embroidery typically is 14 business days, and that's for like our typical volume. And when it becomes, what even is it? Like 5 times, 10 times more?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And so trying to maintain that time frame, it just isn't possible. We cannot do it. So we have
not enough hours in the day.
There are not enough hours in the day. We are working more than we usually are, and there still just isn't enough time. So keeping up and extending the turnaround time and letting people know, the communication aspect is really the most important thing for us.
Well, as being business owners, it's very interesting. Like today, this is Thursday, this is Thanksgiving. How has that day like changed now that we're business owners versus like, can you even remember back to what like your Thanksgiving and then the rest of that weekend was like before Tails Up Pup?
I know we just filmed a podcast episode on hot takes, and I didn't say this because it wasn't in my brain, but my hot take is that Thanksgiving is overrated.
Thanksgiving is overrated?
Yes. I have never been a huge fan of Thanksgiving because there's so much hype over the food, and the food is subpar. Like, it is not the best.
Says
food.
You.
Yeah, of course. This is my personal opinion. But it's just, there's so many better foods in the world than the foods that I had at Thanksgiving. Maybe I can start new traditions. But Overall, I feel like I have known Thanksgiving like everyone else. You get together with family, you have a big feast, you sit around, you maybe watch football. I don't know. Just it's casual.
Thanksgiving is not overrated at all to me. It's a great time to get together with family. I love the food, and of course, like the best time of year to sit and reflect on like what you're grateful for, what you're thankful for.
The experience is not overrated. It's just the food for me. I feel like everyone hypes it up.
Okay, well, this is not a podcast about the hot
Okay, I
takes
know.
of Thanksgiving.
Okay, so back to your question. I loved Thanksgiving, the time, getting together. It was always casual, low key, hanging out. And now it is not really that for us because the world has all shifted Black Friday, and Black Friday is not even starting on Black Friday anymore. A lot of times it starts on Thursday. So that we've kind of had to compete with that. So we give our email subscribers early access. So really the sales start by dinner time. So we're trying to cook a turkey and hang out with our family and make sure that our website's running at the same time. So all of these things are not what it used to be for me.
Yeah, the biggest change is I feel like before Tails Up Pup, I would almost always have Friday off. And I mean, during school, you're having that whole week off. You get the whole week of Thanksgiving off, and then you have Thanksgiving, and it's like a long weekend. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and sometimes even Monday, you're just hanging out with family. You could even travel. Like you have all this time to like do other stuff, and it was like the most relaxing time, maybe even more relaxing than Christmas. Christmas is the only thing that compares to that for that extended period of time. Now, like Danielle said, it literally comes, we try to have our Thanksgiving stuff early, and right around 5 o'clock, we're like, okay, we're full go mode for the Black Friday craziness and the Cyber Monday, that whole weekend. And so now it's the entire opposite experience.
The cherry on top for us is that somehow we got looped into hosting Thanksgiving.
That is right. Somehow we have hosted for what? The last 5 years?
Yeah, forever. We bought our house, we started a business, and we hosted Thanksgiving. And at that time, it meant nothing because we had just started our business, and we didn't even know what Black Friday really was going to be like at that point. But now it still has stayed a tradition that everyone comes to our house, we cook the turkey, but everyone contributes and brings a dish, and it works out well for us because we're not having to drive super far and everyone helps clean up. So it's a great experience, but still it seems like madness that everyone's coming to our house, we're hosting, and then having Black Friday all at the same time.
But once they leave, we're ready to roll.
And if you know us, specifically me, I feel like I thrive in those kind of environments of it being fast paced.
Yeah, Danielle lives for the chaos.
I'm either chaos or couch.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's the fun little thing. I'm chaos or couch. But seriously, like I could sit on the couch and just hang out, or I need to be go, go, go. So on Thanksgiving, I feel like I'm just like, I know my routine. I just keep going and rolls into Black Friday, and then we never calm down.
The caveat for that is Danielle does like chaos, but she likes organized chaos.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
so
for sure.
That brings it to like my next point of like, what we've learned by being able to be prepared leading into Black Friday. And you can talk a little bit about what it's like when we are prepared and what it's like when we're not prepared.
You can only be as prepared as you know, if that makes sense. So every year we learn a little bit more, and we've even over prepared in the past. So we've kind of gone from one extreme to the other. And we, as a handmade business specializing in handmade dog bandanas, you can only make so many in an hour, like I was saying. So trying to keep up with the demand. And then we learned, maybe we should try to pre-make some that we think will sell best. Well, you could only guess what's going to sell best. And sometimes it's not what you think it's going to be. Or we hired all these people. We were paying them to sew these bandanas in advance. And then those patterns didn't sell. So that was kind of like a mess up on our part as well, because you paid someone to do work that didn't end up paying off so much in that aspect.
That was the first time of like the total opposite side of like the being so prepared. And it was like, wow, what does this even feel like? And, you know, there is the other side of the coin. It actually, that was a mistake in the wrong direction.
Yeah. So, but overall, just trying to like prepare for that, I guess. And that's what's really, really hard, because you try to take what you learned from the year before, but then you can only do so much because every year is so different from year to year. And like this year, I'm sure embroidery is going to be a huge thing, because we rarely ever do a sale on our embroidery. If we do one this year, which we are, then obviously people will be really interested in that. And we already know that our embroidery has been growing year after year. So if they're customized items, we cannot pre-make those. So
Right.
you can't really prepare for that other than knowing, okay, we're going to adjust our turnaround time, or we're going to make sure we communicate with the customer that this is what's happening.
The thing about the turnaround time during this point, people do understand us being a handmade business. Like, oh, it's going to take a little bit longer, but beyond a certain point, like, they do not want to wait because this is like prime gift buying
That's
season.
the problem.
So that makes it so tough.
The problem is that people understand, but they also still need it for when they're going to their party or they're seeing their best friend. So while they understand, they still need it in time.
No, that's so true. One of the other problems that is very, well, it's again a two-sided coin, and that's like knowing how much stuff to like have in stock. And this is, I'm talking about the bandanas here. So the way that like as a handmade business we work, our stock is sitting typically in fabric. And
so it's not even accurate stock because it depends. So let's say, for instance, we buy 20 yards of fabric and we can guess that we can get X amount of bandanas from that yardage, but it really depends, if there's more extra smalls sold in that pattern than there were larges, then we can obviously get a few more. But if there were more larges, then we couldn't. So we always underestimate.
Typically.
We do our best to. But occasionally we can oversell, which means we either have to tell a customer they can't get their item or we have to expedite some fabric so that we can get the customer their order.
Yeah, we almost never tell them that they can't get it. We just figure out a way to get the fabric and to make it.
Yeah, because that is my worst nightmare. I, as a customer, hate when a company does that to me, and I don't want to do that to someone else. So we find a way to make it work. And that's also why we typically try to underestimate. And that's why if you ever see something out of stock and you message me, I'm typically like, yes, we can get it, because we save a little bit of almost every single fabric so that we can get it. But there are exceptions like the extra large tie-ons or something. Those take up a lot of fabric.
Well, and that's what it looks like when we're prepared. We've done all those things and everything's, as close to accurate as possible. But when the frenzy happens and you want to make those sales, you want to be able to give people their stuff, sometimes we get a little trigger happy and we're like, let's just bump up those numbers on the day. And this is tough because
Nick
what happens
falls into that. I am
bad.
very much a realist, and I'm like, can we do this? How are we going to do this? And Nick is just like, let's give the people what they want and then we'll figure it out.
That is my motto. Give the people what they want and then figure it out after the fact. But you don't have forever to figure it out. You have 3 to 5 business days to really get it going.
And the other big problem on the other end is if we need to get more fabric, the fabric company also is likely doing a sale and they are longer on their turnaround time. So
Yes.
Now we are double whammied on that.
Well, one time when we made the biggest mistake about this, we, I think, paid $700 for expedited fabric shipping just to make sure that people could get their stuff. So
Was that the biggest mistake you've made in business?
no way. There's been so many.
That's not really a mistake, but that's a lot just for shipping.
So the other thing about being prepared, and we have had all of these things, so the way that I think it's worked for us, we've made all these mistakes, and now we have the preparation in place to hopefully have learned from the big mistakes that we've made. Marketing emails and having all our messaging and stuff planned ahead of time is a huge thing to do. And thank God we have Inslee to help us with that. But Danielle, you can talk a little bit about how much goes into that planning.
Well, like I said, we have gone viral multiple times on Black Fridays. It's the time where customers are shopping, they're looking for things to buy, but then also these platforms are looking to push content as well. So we have learned, because the most viral video that we made, we actually filmed the morning of Black Friday. So now we try to prepare even more and film content beforehand so that we can post multiple times in the day, and we know we're going to be busy. So spending, the week or so before making a video a day so that we can have a few videos prepared, and also just coming up with the ideas is so time consuming because you want to be creative and unique and make it personal. So putting all of that effort in definitely takes a while. So being prepared by that, and also I like you and Inslee to be in the videos. So having all of my little participants be there and coordinated is definitely time consuming as well.
Yeah, I think you do not want to be ad-libbing and doing stuff off the cuff during that week. Sometimes you have to make changes and we roll with it, but you want the more planned out ahead of time, letting Inslee and I know what you want, all these types. Because, clearly, as soon as that hits, we are literally making the orders as fast as we can once they start to come in. Because if you don't, you're not going to catch up. So it's really hard to be like, oh, stop doing all this, like stop making the orders to come film these videos, because it takes time to do that.
Also, this sounds silly, but this is just real life. Like, I don't want to see a video where I'm in like sweats, no makeup, and hair is all over the place, especially when I know it's going to be probably seen by more people and especially strangers. So knowing I'm not going to have the time to get ready, that I will be able to have that time beforehand. So that's why I like pre-filming as well, because I'm going to need that time it takes to curl my hair and do my makeup to be making orders on Small Business Saturday.
Mm-hmm. I don't have to deal with that as much because
Must be nice.
I'm in the same outfit every day pretty much. But yeah, that is tough for you.
Yeah.
One thing that goes, I mean, obviously because we're a fully e-commerce business, you have to get all, so we do these, what do you call them? Deals of the day.
Doorbusters.
So the doorbusters, the daily doorbusters, that's what we call them. And so you have to not only have the plan out for that, but the way that that's executed on the back end is you're setting up those pages on the website, and you have to do that ahead of time. And sometimes stuff, because the way the daily doorbusters work is it's still for sale during the other time. So if on Friday we have a bandana that's in the daily doorbusters and that was planning to be, or no, Friday it's not in the daily doorbusters, it's on the website still, but that was a planned daily doorbuster on Sunday and it gets sold out, you're going to have to go scramble and make those changes on the fly.
I think the biggest difference between us and most other businesses out there are these doorbusters and the sales, because most companies are doing sales and doorbusters to get rid of inventory.
Yes, this is such a good point.
Maybe they overbought, maybe they are best sellers and they just have a ton of it. I don't know. But a lot of companies that I've seen, it's something that they thought was going to sell well and it didn't. So then they need to get rid of it because they don't want it sitting in their warehouse. So they push it out. But us, we don't really have a ton of inventory like that anyways. But we are so set on giving you guys the best deals and the best items. So we want to give the best sellers and things that we think are really cute and fun, or maybe even sometimes a new pattern, and putting a new arrival in the doorbuster. So those are always really fun. And so we really, I guess pride ourselves. Like it's something special to us.
At Tails Up Pup, we are not, Black Friday, Cyber Monday is not an inventory clear out. It is truly giving everybody the deals on the stuff that is good.
And that also just goes to show with the embroidery, like that's all customized. Like those are things that we sell every single day and people love them, and to give them to you on a discount. The thing that is very hard to explain to people when like every single day people are like, can I have this for this price or on sale or whatever? And it's like, we are giving you the best price that we can every single day, which is why we don't do a ton of sales. We price the items at the price they need to be so that we can pay the employees and pay our rent and pay ourselves. But other than that, it's not like there's a ton of money left over. These items are not marked up that much. So that's kind of how business works. You would either have them be way more expensive and be able to run these sales all the time, or we give you guys the best price that we can on every day and then not run as many sales.
Yeah, that's one thing that is like from a financial standpoint, there have definitely been Black Fridays in the past where it's truly like the customers are getting great deals and we're basically making very little money.
Yeah. Especially we have done like that sale on President's Day weekend where there was like $2 items and we literally lost a ton of money.
Right.
But we gave you guys some really awesome bandanas, and if that is what got you to buy your first bandana and then you fall in love, then that's what it was worth it to us.
To me, one of the other crazy stressful parts of Black Friday is like actually when stuff goes live. So those daily doorbusters every single day, like when that's like rolling over at midnight to go live. And so that stuff is because we've had, thankfully, not during Black Friday. This has never been a problem. We had a Christmas launch, the biggest actual launch of the entire year. All these products are supposed to be going live, and guess what happens? Nothing goes live. And of course, we have the launch parties where we're on Instagram Live, and Danielle is like, "Uh-oh, these are not." Like, people can't buy the stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say that's an issue for literally every Thursday. We always worry, is this going to go smoothly? Or is everything going to go up? And we've definitely learned a lot. But
the stakes are a lot higher on a Christmas launch and, of course, Black Friday.
But Nick and I go to bed at 9:30 every night. So staying up till midnight, even though it's Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, we just literally physically cannot do it. So we just pray and hope that things go smoothly. And I don't know. I mean, we could look this up, but I don't know how many people are shopping at midnight, especially because everyone's kind of used to these sales happening all weekend long. So for the most part, I feel like most people are shopping by the time we're awake anyways.
No, that's definitely true. And you know what? There's been times where we've woken up and we're like, uh-oh, so-and-so didn't go, but how many people?
We'll do it now.
Yeah, we'll do it now. And that's just, It's better to do that than to stay up till midnight.
Yeah.
So the other thing that is, I don't know that there's really any other launch that is this way, but the impact of this weekend, like this Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend on the rest of the year, like the trailing impact.
Oh, what do you have in mind?
Well, I'm thinking back to 2020 when we literally, so normally we can like get through and catch back up to our orders at the longest a week or two, typically. When Black Friday happens, it's not always that way. It took us over a month and a half to catch up and get finally caught up again.
That was a rare year, though. So we will not be like that this year. And if we are, then that means we're doing great in business. It's a great problem to have.
Right. But it can impact the shipping times and things like that. And that's definitely been something that we've had to deal with.
That's actually another thing that we didn't really think about. The impact that is out of our control. The shipping, the Postal Service, if they get slammed or backed up or whatever, like that will impact us. And that's something that we literally can't control.
No, I mean, what was that one year? They sent out that message and they're like, we're just slammed or whatever. It's going to be double the amount of time.
Yeah. And if it's too late, then that sucks. Because it could affect our small business, and it's like there's nothing we could do to help it.
Customers don't understand though when you're saying, "I'm sorry." Some do, but most don't. That is the post office that they're the ones that are backed up because we can only do our best to once we hand it off, then it's up to them.
That's probably why Amazon just started doing everything themselves because now they have control over it and they can solve all the issues that they probably had at one time.
Yeah, they're not reliant on the post office.
Oh, to be Amazon. Maybe one day.
That would be
We
crazy.
could be Tup Amazon.
Tup Amazon. The other thing that's very cool, and I know I had mentioned this a little bit, but this time of year is very, if you just heard everything that we just said, it's stressful. There's a lot of negative things that we talked about, but this is also really the most exciting time for many different reasons. We all love the chaos. We love the orders. We love the community growing during this time. And, we're just very thankful that we get to be an e-commerce business and actually have all these orders and the community growing.
My favorite thing is if you know Nick, and then you know that he has to scream new order when a new order comes in. And for the whole weekend, he doesn't get to breathe because he just goes, new order, new order, new order. So that's one of my favorite memories. I just love when that happens. So fun.
It's the only time of the year that it's actually consistent or constant for multiple hours in a row. All our launches, it's very busy for maybe an hour, and then it typically slows down. Black Friday is boom, 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 and it's typically all day long.
Yeah, it's so fun. There's not anything else like it, so I feel like that's what makes it special.
Are there any other things about Black Friday that you feel like you wanted to talk about?
I mean, I kind of already touched on this, but it's just so different now because when we were kids, you would have to go line up at the door and wait for the store to open and rush to get your deals, and now it feels like everything's online.
Yeah. I mean, I've never was one person that bought into the Black Friday hype of shopping in person, but I'll tell you this, I have definitely bought into the Black Friday hype of shopping at my favorite stores. I literally pay attention, look on Instagram when they're dropping it. I'm like, I'm there to get it right then.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of other stores take the mentality of they're not, particularly smaller businesses, they're not doing huge sales all year round either. So this really is your time to get those deals.
A fun fact about me is I am very frugal. And so I really pay attention before I buy something. So I love a Black Friday sale.
Oh yeah, same thing. I'm not frugal, but but there's things that I'll have my eye on all year, and it's that is the time to get.
You're more thoughtful on your big ticket items. If you want the new Apple Watch and you knew it was going to be on sale or something like that, then you would pay attention to that. But if you just want a shirt, then you're not really going to think about it.
No, that's right. Should we tell them the special thing that they're getting because they're listening right now?
So we said that year after year, Black Friday gets a little earlier and we give our email subscribers early access. But if you are listening to this podcast, it is Thursday morning. So
you are getting the first access. So as a thank you for listening to the podcast,
you will get the early access code of BF Life Unleashed. And that will give you the discount now. So if you want to wait until the email goes out, you're welcome to. If you want to wait till Black Friday, you're welcome to. But
That code
because we are a handmade business, not all the items will last all weekend.
No, this is definitely one of the, I wouldn't say very few, but things and lots of things sell out during this time. So it is beneficial to be early. We'll put that code in the show notes. And if you're watching on YouTube, in the description.
Yes. So same sale, just early. And I hope that y'all are excited. And we have new doorbusters every day. So you can come back and shop those as well. It's just so fun to have new things happening and give you guys some new deals.
And if you guys like live stuff, we go live multiple times during this weekend. So
yeah.
We'll be live on Instagram and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely Instagram. That is the place to be if you're looking to find us at Tails Up Pup or at Life Unleashed, but we don't go live on the Unleashed one. But we just have a fun time on Instagram.
Yes, we do. Well, this was amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. One thing that is really important is to leave a review. Let other dog moms know about us because, that's the reviews help us go up in the charts, and that's one of the easiest ways to do that.
And we are so thankful for each and every one of you who chooses to watch this podcast, hang out with us on Tails Up Pup, whatever it may be. We appreciate you, and you are what makes Tails Up Pup great. So thank you so much.
We love you all.
Bye.